Yo, what's up? We're back. Another video. We're gonna start on a positive note and keep it going. Talk about a couple things. Give you my opinion on something. And then talk about where we're at. And move on. It'll be a quick one for real this time. Because there ain't a lot to talk about. But as we know, the whole Forex ecosystem, with the exception of Drip, was basically paused, right? To redo a few things, right? We got our new UI coming for Drip, which is gonna, nothing against it, but the old UI, but it looked like a carbon copy of the Flow UI, right? Which is, jeez, dogs barking. Dogs fight over their toys. They really thought they're fighting over toys. It's like little kids. Okay. Now the dogs just settled down. Nothing against that, but like Flow apparently was, I don't know if it was a bust or not, but it ain't around no more, right? So Drip having its own identity is a good thing, right? And it's kind of here a little preview of what it's going to look like. This is on Forex's Telegram group, so this is a positive, right? Just clean up the UI. I'm not saying it's going to make it shoot up in massive, gains and everything, but just clean it up a little bit, it's fine, easier on the eyes and stuff, and probably things are a little crisper and easier to read and everything. So obviously we'll have to figure out, I'm assuming the website will go down and we'll have to reconnect our wallets, which is fine, but I don't know what's up with that. Oh, I scrolled. Okay, so on to the big stuff, right? So let's go into here and go to the pin messages. So basically Pigs version 2.0 has to be they have to produce the newest amount the newest version of Pigs, right? And it takes some time, right? So before it removes the liquidity, so you take millions of dollars from one asset, move it to the next asset. That's going to take time, right? That's what they're doing. Right now it says 10 days. Now, I'm not holding my breath. It's going to be exactly at 10 days. This doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't say in here. He doesn't say here, I'm launching in 10 days. No, it just says it's going to take 10 days to get the current going. But he's going to run simulations and get it going. This is all good, right? He's communicating with us what he's doing. That's fine. And I know a lot of you are going to be in the comments, well, he doesn't know us anything. Fine, whatever, guys. We're over that, right? We're moving on. So here it said 10 days or so to get it going. So roughly on the 19th, we should be right around there. We should know more. The interesting part, though, is that the pig pen has to be basically redone. Or maybe I'm reading that wrong. Pig pen vault. No, I think the pig pen has to be redone, and it's about a month and a half away or so. So, and there's more in here. I gotta go find exactly. I wonder if I can just search for Forex, everything he said. But let's see here. He was in there answering questions, and surprisingly, a lot of people didn't get banned. Not the Forex bans people. It's not him that's banning people, but I think he's doing some damage control, and that all helps, right? Because just put a little faith in the project when you do that stuff. So, geez, I don't even know if it. Okay, here we go. We're just going to read it this way. We're going to use a snapshot from before we paused it. So before he paused it, he took a snapshot. So that's how we're going to get our airdropped our current what we had, right? And pigs and BUSD and all that stuff, piglets and all that. So so basically all the stuff's right here that he answered, right? And I'm sure I'll go over and do an AMA and give you a good idea eventually while it goes down. But basically what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to get an additional 30% in value of what they have, right? Supposedly. So we'll wait and see how that shakes out. I think almost everybody at this point is just fine with just making sure they have what they got when it got paused, right? A lot of people were upset because those people got in early and basically what happened was, as he was launching the piggy bank, the code was detected or found by scripts in the contract, and people were able to get in. That's why you saw people that dumped in the same amount of money within seconds of each other turn around and get different amounts of piglets, right? And long story short, a bunch of people made up with a bunch of money because they got in earlier than everybody else, and the price fluctuated, right? So in this new version, he's going to launch it and run simulations so that doesn't happen again. He's blacklisted those accounts, and he's saying that everyone that got in that launch will get the same amount of piglets they had for their money, with about a 30% variance. What that meant in one of these here was that people were getting 30% extra more, right? The only thing I'm going to bring up on that is, and maybe this was addressed, I still haven't figured this out, but when we were moving from rev to pre-rev or pre-pigs and all that stuff, we were promised 20%. I never saw it, so unless there was a different way to explain that was explained. Like, I understand they explained the 50-50, right? 50% pigs, 50% dogs. My bad on not understanding that he didn't mean exact coins, like I had 24 rev and I was supposed to get 12 and 12. No, I got equal amounts in dollar amount. Fine, that was misunderstanding on maybe my end, a lot of people's end from reading it that way. Could have been clear, maybe, but the 20% extra, I don't know where that was at, right? Because it sounded like the price launched at when pre-rev or rev token went into converted. When you swap that over, it was all the same, right? So, but the 30% here is not that big of a deal as long as we all get what we had back, right? Now, I asked a question and it wasn't answered, but I asked a question because here's the thing. Everyone's consensus is that when he relaunches all these projects, mainly the farm, right? A lot of people are going to dump, right? That's the general consensus. Now, I don't plan on it. I'm okay with the way the piggy bank was working, right? So I'm hoping that it's not that big of a shock to the system and the price when that launches, but there's going to be people dumping. There's just going to be people dumping. A lot of people are asking, what are you going to do to kind of hold off on that so that us don't get left holding the bag and have to catch back up or whatever? Sounds like he didn't address that. You might not have a plan. There might just be nothing you can do about that. That is what it is. I mean, tomorrow, if Russia did some crazy stuff today, the market's closed, the stock market, a bunch of people are going to dump money tomorrow, right? Going to dump their stuff. You just can't control that. There's nothing you can do about it, right? So it's kind of like a similar scenario. However, the question I asked, and I'm going to have to figure out how to find it, was basically like, okay, so if I had staked on the day it launched and I had gone 3 days, right? When you give us back our values, are they locked into those original days, or are we going to go back in there and restart the stake? We don't mind restarting the stake because now apparently he's implementing the fractional so that when the 24-hour mark hits to compound on the piggy bank, if you didn't have the proper amount of truffles for a piglet, it was kind of like you were just wasting, right? Wasting away. Kind of like when you go into the garden and you have seeds, and if you don't plant at the exact moment, you lose seeds and you lose value, right? It was very similar to that. So he's going to fix that so that the people that have lower amounts will still get their, I believe, bonuses and still be able to play along without getting paced or whatever, right? I just asked if it was going to be where I have to basically restart the time locks. Because if I'm just getting, like, I think I had 23 and 24, which is what, 47, then I don't know, 350, call it 50 piglets, right? I had them locked differently, right? I had one for 6 months, one for a little over 8 months or something like that, and then one for like a year, right? If I'm just going to get the 50, I prefer if you just give it to us, not locked, then I can turn around and change that up, because then I might split that up, you know what I'm saying? Split it up into different time locks, right? 3, 6, 9, 12, you know what I'm saying? Versus just those 3. I just want clarification on that, and I don't know if that's been provided yet. I'm sure that'll come out, but that's my only question, right? that's basically it, and how that 30% is really going to come out to. But anyways, that's it for that, right? Now on to another farm related drip thing. Now this is something I kind of I heard someone, or I saw someone mention this, and I thought it was a cool idea, so I kind of went ahead and re-asked this question. Now, I haven't asked it in here because I don't want people to take it the wrong way, so I'm asking for your all opinion, because everyone's all complaining about the price of drip, right? Going up and down, you know. Right before the animal launch, we peaked at the highest, almost 200, and when the animal launch, seemed like drip's kind of just been slowly going down. And there was a crash, I get that, whatever. And the crash being, you know, 160 to 60, whatever. It'll go back up. But I was thinking, so like, I posted this, I was like, would have been great if Forex made drip one of the ways to buy things on the farm. A lot of people's questions have been like, well, drip, when's good drip going to gain value, right? All these partnerships coming up are there designed to bring people attention to drip in order to gain value, giving it more of a use, right? Because technically right now drip is just, you hold it and you wait for the price to go up and down, you sell it, or you stake it and compound it to build more, right? But if we used it as a currency, right, that would help bring the price up, I would think, right? Because, for example, the farm launches, let's just go back in time and pretend that was a part of it. The farm launches, and in order to buy pigs and dogs, you had to use drip. Or, not necessarily had to use drip, but if you used drip, you got a better price, or you didn't pay a tax or something on the dogs and pigs. See what I'm saying? So we turn around and say, okay, so in order for me to get drip, I either got to buy it through with BNB, either on the drip website, and I get 10% tax off that. That 10% backs go back into the drip community, right, to pay everybody else. Or I buy it on PancakeSwap, right? But let's just say you buy it there, right? You buy that, you pay that tax, right? Then you turn around and use that drip to buy pigs and dogs. Well, maybe you don't tax when you buy the pigs and dogs, as an example, but that people are still buying drip to get that, right? But if someone comes in with BUSD to buy dogs and pigs and dogs, they either have to pay a little higher price or they have to pay a bigger tax or a tax, right? Therefore, it'd be like, the tax to buy pigs and dogs is 50% with BUSD, whereas with drip, it's only 10%, right? 5% is 5%, right? Or you turn around and people that are like, oh man, the Forex is launching the farm here soon, right? Or, man, I need some pigs and dogs and I get a better price with drip than anything else, but I got to let my drip build up, right? So when they claim, you know, obviously we pay 10% on claims, right? That's taxes there, right? And then maybe like when you buy dogs and pigs with BUSD, those taxes go back into the faucet, you know, it burns out some drip. All those taxes are used to bump the price of drip, I'm saying, you know? That'd be like my suggestion if we were to go backwards in time and redo it. Or maybe there's a version of the farm where he does that. Or give it more of a use, because the less drip out there, the more the price of drip could go up, right? So give it a reason to use it, but give people an incentive. Maybe, you know, it's a 5% tax when you buy dogs and pigs with drip versus 10% with BUSD or any other coin, right? That's just my food for thought. That's just an idea. A lot of people were like, that's pretty cool. Some people were like, nah, it's dumb. But the whole goal is to, in order for drip to go up, the supply to go down. That's just how it is, because there's only so much out there, right? And giving it a use like this, along with everything else that's coming out, you know, the chain link, the Bet Fury, the NFT stuff, that would all help the price go up. Maybe, you know, and then people keep talking about the ecosystem, right? Forex build an ecosystem. Well, that intertwines it better. Yeah, we've got the drip garden, but I'm just saying, like, we can do a little more on that, right? And I don't think anybody would disagree, you know, if they came with a system, right? I got a text message. I'm interested to hear this part of the comments, right? I mean, everybody will comment on everything else, but I don't think I'm not talking like I'm not putting anything down or anything. I'm just saying this is a suggestion. What do you guys think is a good idea? I'm not saying he'll do it. I tweeted at him, but who knows if he'll see me in my tweets? I mean, probably not. He's focused on rebuilding the farm 2.0. That's what we're calling it, right? At least what I'm calling it. So I'm just saying that's just an idea I had. Trying to bring more awareness to drip. But yeah, I mean, that's just my thing, right? That's just what I'm saying. Let me know what y'all think. If it's a good idea or bad idea. Or put it in the comments. How would you like to see the price of drip go up? Like a reasonable amount, right? Like other than bringing another 50,000 people and having them all dump in $500-600, $1,000, whatever, right? Which is just near impossible, right? Because not everyone's gonna be able to get the same amount, right? So how would you like to see drip go? What are your ideas? Put them in the comments, right? It's just ideas. No one's judging you off ideas here. That's all we're talking about, right? And negative comments, keep them yourself. There's nothing negative about this idea. It's just an idea. I'm not saying first you got to go do this. I'm just saying, yo, did you think about that? Maybe there's a reason. Maybe he did think of it. He probably did think of it. There's probably a reason he didn't. Do we need to know that reason? No, but I'm just saying. So, anyways, now this is the part of the video where I'm gonna preface, I think that's what you say, with the risky stuff. Okay, I've got my $400 set to join Piston. Okay, it launches on Sunday around 10 o'clock my time. I'm gonna shoot a video doing it to see what the process is. Now it's just a buy. Supposedly on Sunday, so it's not much to be on there. It's not like we're going to go stake it anywhere, which will also be another video at that point. But that's not launched until April 1st or something like that, which is, I think, actually March 29th. I hope it's March 29th and not April 1st, just for superstitious reasons. Can't speak today. But this is risky, right? Because unlike Forex, who has an ecosystem and has a good track record, over here with projects, and you can go look them up. It's a lot different with Piston and the people at Piston, right? So the 400 that I've got ready to go ain't out of my pocket. We're playing with house money now, right? Now, if you don't want to get on Piston, don't get on. If you want to get on Piston, make sure that you do as much research as you can. The white paper is out there. I'm not going to sit here and make a bunch of videos on it if it doesn't go nowhere. And at no point I'm going to be like, this is a good idea, right? This is completely high risk. I would think it's higher risk considering everything that's happened with the farm, which a lot of it was just being rushed. Tomato. I still think Piston's a lot higher risk, right? And yeah, I know somebody would be like, well, Forex sold our money hostage. How is that higher risk than this new token? Gut feeling tells me it's a lot higher risk, right? Trust in Forex, right? And maybe this my diamond team is legit. Everyone's got to start somewhere, right? But all I'm saying is I'm ready right now. You unfortunately probably can't join in right now if you're not in, right? You needed to be in version 1, which technically at first there wasn't a version 1, but because of the problems they had with version 1, Sunday is strictly for version 1. It's about 1,500 people are able to get in or something like that, right? Then if you go to version 2 and deposit 0.5 BNB, which is about $200 and some odd dollars, you have a chance to maybe get in on version 2, which is on the 28th or something like that, or 29th, or then there's a public sale, right? They've got it all in there. Here you go. We got a Q&A. This looks like it's going to be a longer video than I thought. So, okay. So, roughly, my $400 is going to get me, I don't know if there's taxes, whatever. I can't remember. $160 coins. That's fine, right? That's all I really want to get in on. I just want to get to the point where I'm getting at least 1 coin a day. Regardless of what the price is, 1 coin a day when you're producing, when you're in some type of compounded scenario where you're spitting out a certain percentage, you want to be able to get 1 back a day, right? It's equivalent to getting $100 a day when you put in $100. And that's exactly what it is. Actually, no, it's not what it is. Disregard what I just said. But they did a Q&A, right? So somebody did at least. So here's some stuff here, audits are going on their way. Is Piston not a fork of Drip? No, Drip is an influence on Piston, but a number of changes have been made to try to improve it, such as maximum limits. Every project has advantages, disadvantages. Hey, they're not sitting here. You're like other places, like, no, we're better than this and better than that, right? This would be sick, auto compounding. However, I feel like you have to have a situation where you can shut it off. But that'd be nice if it had it. Just because sometimes, man, I forget to go in there. I got to go in there and compound the farm. Eventually, we're going to go in there and compound the piggy bank. We're going to sit there and harvest. Well, you don't have to, but you can sit there and harvest all the pools, the pig pen, and the farms on an animal farm. And then you got to compound drip, hydrate drip. Sometimes an auto compound feature would be nice. And it's up to you to be like, oh, hey, you know what? I'm going to let it stag up for 5 days because I'm going to go on a trip. You got to go shut that part off. But I guess they don't want to have that. It's fine. There's reasons for that or not. We'll wait to see these calculators. It can't be too different from what that we're out there right now, right? I'm sure people will get in on this. So they're putting limits to how much you can do on the pre-sale, right? This is good because that'll keep the price stable. Everybody gets in at the same amount, equal playing grounds, and then when the public launch happens, then at that point, if you want to throw more money into it and get to 1,000 coins, up to you. You're gonna be paying the price, right? So that's cool. I don't know. I wasn't around for the drip launch, so I can't tell you compare that to apples. And honestly, these are similar projects, but I think the whole goal is to make money, right? So I believe there's going to be a lot of differences to where you don't exactly line them up, and they're exact same projects. Like Coke and Pepsi. Oh shoot! I just triggered a bunch of people with that comment, didn't I? But you see what I'm saying? Crypto's big enough there could be multiple spaces, and if it crashes, right? At least with this crashes, at this point, the $400 I'm putting into this is not out of my pocket anymore. I've reimbursed myself for everything I've put in dollar-wise. It's all house money. It's all fun now. Remember, this is just a game. It's another way to do it. So definitely, I wish YouTube would let us pin this stuff on there, but definitely join the Telegram, read all this stuff. But yeah, that's about it for the video. I ain't got nothing else really to talk about. So that's it. I know I'm ending abruptly. I'm getting hit up left and right to get on something right now, so really isn't much else to talk about. But yeah, that's what we're doing. So damn. Ooh. So this is totally not related to anything I just talked about, but a homeboy of mine just bought a brand new vehicle, and he had his vehicle underlined. Well, they did a shitty job, and they sprayed over the paint. So yeah, damn. Hey, here's the deal. When you buy a vehicle, I'm all for putting protective stuff on it. Hell, I do this for a living. But if you're going to spend money, you have the right to get it how you want, when you want, where you want. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. There's people that know how to do things out there, and those people charge you more. And there's people out there that will do the job and charge you less. You get what it's worth, okay? You want cheap window tint? You're going to get cheap window tint. You want crazy good window tint? You're going to get crazy good window tint. It all has a price. I'm never the cheapest. I'll give you the best service. Sometimes you will sacrifice service for dollars. And sometimes they'll take you to the cleaners. You have no choice. But you have no say in it. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what y'all think. Pistons is going live on Sunday. I don't know if there's any videos to make between now and Sunday, honestly, unless something crazy happens. I mean, we can go over stats, but it is what it is. So I'm off to play Warzone, or well, gonna get shit on Warzone. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share. Let me know what your thoughts are. What you guys want to see on both the Forex universe. That's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna dub it, and maybe like Piston, right? Again, for the sake of saying it as loud for the people in the back that can't hear me, Piston is high risk, in my opinion. None of this financial advice, but Piston is very high risk, in my opinion, compared to everybody else. It's up to you to decide what you want to do. So, all right, talk to y'all later.